Now that you know a little bit about class discussions, let's break down the PLEASE model. We'll go step by step into the different parts: preparing, listening, engaging, asking questions, supporting, and evaluating, and give you examples of what you should do and what you should not do. The first thing you need to do is prepare for any discussion. You should read the material ahead of time. It's best that you are paying attention to the material, not just skimming it. You can highlight important concepts and take notes in the margins. One of the best strategies is to have a list of questions that the reading brought up so you're prepared to ask them in class. What you should not do is forget to read for the assignment or skim through it without actually taking anything in, maybe even right before class. You also shouldn't procrastinate with the thought that you'll be able to just wing it later in class without doing the reading at all. The second important part of class discussions is listening. You should be actively listening, which means you are really taking in the material and responding to it. You can jot down notes if that helps you stay attentive. If you are listening well, you should have a sort of internal dialogue with the material as you take it in. Your body language is also a huge part of active listening. You should sit up straight, keep your eyes on the speaker, and make sure you are physically encouraging whoever is talking with positive nonverbals like a smile or a nod. You should not shut them down with your body language. Actions like slouching, putting your head down, and glancing at your phone show that you aren't paying attention. The same thing can be said if you aren't responding to the speaker. If you don't take in the information, you won't get anything out of the discussion and also won't be able to participate. You need to make sure you are listening attentively. The third part of class discussions is probably the one most people have trouble with. In a good class discussion, everyone must be engaged. You should take active listening seriously. Engagement often comes as a direct result of your listening skills. If you are responding to the speaker internally, you are already prepared to respond and be an active participant. Don't be afraid to speak up because you don't think that what you have to say is brilliant. There are plenty of ways to get engaged, and your comment may spark someone else to speak. Discussion builds off of everyone's input. When you engage and get involved in the conversation, you're helping everyone. Although a variety of comments are useful in discussion, there's an appropriate way to say them. You need to make sure that any critical comment comes across as very respectful. For example,
I actually thought that the way they collected data for this research was really unique.
Yeah, that's something I've seen in a lot of papers that I've read recently.
The way the comment was stated kept the discussion open. No one was intimidated or shut down by the way the student spoke. What you should not do is the following.
I actually thought that the way they collected data for this research was really unique.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing all semester. Really unique.
The way you react, whether it's intentional or not, can harm the discussion and your relationship with your classmates. There are other negative ways to engage in a discussion. You should not monopolize the conversation.
Just talking about the first theme alone, I think we really need to delve a little deeper than we are right now and really drill down to the locus of the issue. And then explore where that locus leads us.
Not only does this shut out anyone else's comments, but it also goes against the entire purpose of the discussion. When one person dominates, you only get one viewpoint. The opposite amount of engagement can also be problematic. Don't be a reticent speaker. Completely withdrawing from the discussion negates all the preparation you have done and robs others of the chance to expand on your ideas. When one person speaks up, everyone benefits. The fourth element of class discussions builds off your preparation, listening, and engagement. You must ask questions. You should know that there are many types of questions to ask and many reasons to ask them. Most obviously, you can ask questions about material in the reading you didn't quite follow.
So what I didn't understand was that they made 5 and 6 2 different points, but it's actually part of number 4. So why would they even distinguish those last 2 points?
That's one of the key parts of discussion. Your classmates can help you comprehend the material in a safe and incredibly dynamic environment. Not only will you get an answer, but you can also get that answer through the lens of several different viewpoints. You can also ask questions about the material that you think others might have had a little trouble with.
Did y'all understand that that's a new development? Because it took me a second to really grasp that. Was that something that
I didn't get it.
Sometimes concepts are pretty complex, and if you have an aha moment and understand it well, you can be a great tool for your classmates, especially if they're a little shy about speaking up. You can also ask questions related to someone else's comment. Discussions aren't just a series of rapid-fire questions and answers. Each comment and question sparks new ideas, which leads to more questions that need to be asked. don't be afraid to chime in. You should not feel dumb for not understanding material or someone else's comment. If everyone knew everything there was to think about a topic, there would be no purpose in getting the class together to discuss it at all. Everyone may feel uncomfortable at times, but if no one takes the lead and starts prompting some conversation, well, the results can be a little awkward. The fifth part of a good class discussion is support. The classroom needs to be a comfortable place where everyone is willing to share their ideas and express their uncertainties without fear of backlash or humiliation. You should do your part to help create this environment. Use positive verbal and nonverbal cues. In addition to adopting a respectful tone of voice, you can also control your nonverbal behaviors. Smile, nod, and be attentive to show that you are receptive to your classmates' ideas. You should not make rude remarks or noises that make it seem like you are anything less than supportive of your classmates' comments.
I really don't think that you've contributed anything to this discussion.
You should also watch your nonverbal behaviors. In addition to rude sounds, eye rolling, uncontrolled facial expressions, slouching, and checking your phone can all be a sign of an unsupportive classmate. Be sure to monitor your reactions, even if you don't intend to make anyone feel uncomfortable. The final element of class discussions is evaluating. You should reflect on your participation and think about how you can improve. Look at how you prepared, how you listened, how you engaged, and how you supported your classmates. You know that you should prepare for your discussions by reading the material critically, making notes, and generating questions. You know to listen actively, pay close attention, and take notes if it helps you focus. If you are listening, then you've done most of the work to help you with the next step, which is to engage. You know that engaging means you should get involved in the discussion and make your comments in a respectful and open way, and you know that part of engaging includes asking questions. You could ask about material you didn't understand, material you thought others might have struggled with, or questions in response to a classmate's comment. You know that the final part of class discussions is being supportive. Support makes for a welcoming environment to share opinions, questions, and thoughts. When the whole class is supportive, people feel comfortable engaging in the conversation. Finally, you know to always think back on your experience and identify areas of strength and weakness so you can improve with every discussion you have. For more information, click Next in your Canvas window.